Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's been ages since I did a beauty tutorial, and since I have a wedding coming up on Saturday, I'm actually attending my best friend's wedding and I'm so excited. I thought this would be the perfect time to share some makeup inspiration with you guys. This video is actually paid and presented by Miild and Clarify Me. Clarify Me is a German website / web shop. They have all sorts of products that are gentle to you, gentle to the environment, and luckily they are now selling Miild, which is my favorite makeup brand. I've been using their products for a year now. Miild is a Danish, sustainable and healthy makeup brand. I've mentioned them many times here on my channel. Their products have only been available in Denmark and Scandinavia so far, but now they're actually expanding and you are now able to get their products. If you live in Germany, you can order them on Clarify Me. So I really hope that this video will help expand the brand, because I really want to help them be able to sell their products also in the UK and maybe in US as well, because I feel like all women definitely deserve to try out these products, because I feel like they're very luxurious and they don't compromise with good quality, and they're very pigmented, all while being good for you, good for the planet, and also they take responsibility when it comes to things like packaging. So most of their packaging are made in like recycled cardboard, and I think that is just so cool and something that many other beauty brands could really learn from. So I'm so proud that this is a Danish brand and that this is something that comes from Denmark. So yeah, I have a wedding to attend this Saturday, like I just said, and I have an entire Pinterest board filled with beauty inspiration. I also found a look that I was highly inspired by for this look, and I'll leave a link for the image down below, so I'll let you guys be the judge on how well I did, if I nailed it or not. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say as an introduction. So if you want to see how I created this very glowy, peachy look, then just keep on watching. I'm just gonna get my hair out of the way first. Always use these clips because then I don't ruin my curls. Like that. So first of all, I'm going to smoothen out my skin and make it look more even. So I'm gonna be using their Mineral Concealer Duo. And for the purpose, I'm going to be using their concealer brush and then a small flat brush to hide the blemishes. So the cool thing about the pink one is that it neutralizes anything blue that you have in your skin. So especially under your eyes, that's really helpful. Then I'm just gonna mix the two, and then I'm going to use that around my nose where I tend to get a bit red. I'm also gonna use just a tiny bit on my nose, not a lot, just a tiny bit. And then finally, I'm going to use a bit on my chin and then around my lips. So basically all the places where I feel like I need my skin to look more even and where I tend to get a bit red. And then lastly, of course, I'm going to cover up these small blemishes that I have here and there. Ever since I started using these products, I feel like my skin has really calmed down. I have very sensitive skin and I've dealt a lot with acne, like cystic acne, until a few years ago actually. So yeah, these products really help my skin calm down because they're so mild, as the name refers to. So yeah, really great. So one of the reasons why I love not using foundation all over my face is, I've mentioned this before, but it's because I really like to keep the natural texture of my skin. So I know my skin isn't perfect and I know that I have large pores, but ever since skipping foundation as part of my regular makeup routine, I feel like I've gotten a much more relaxed relationship to getting ready and to beauty and everything. So I have this mindset a lot more that, you know, I don't have to be perfect. I can definitely enhance my natural beauty and I can hide blemishes, things like that, but I don't have to look perfect. Plus, I feel like it's a lot easier to maintain throughout the day. I don't have to worry about anything getting cakey because I've not packed on a ton of products. And I can easily put a bit more on at the end of the day. If I have a really long day at the office and I have to go somewhere straight after the office, I can just quickly pop some more concealer on, put on some powder, and I'm good to go. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to set the concealer, and I'm gonna use their organic mineral powder for that. The way I like to apply the powder is by taking their kabuki brush and kind of pack the powder on like this. That way a lot of excess product won't fly around and just being wasted. So this is a great way of working the product into the brush. And then I'm going to tap it into my skin, and by doing this, I'm actually achieving more coverage than if I applied it in circular motions. So you can kind of do that depending on the coverage that you want. And then of course you can also build it up, so if you want even higher coverage, you can go over it a few times. Don't worry about this powder getting really matte, because of course it will be a bit matte to start off with, but as soon as it's kind of melted into your skin and the desired moisturizer that you're wearing, it will just look really glowy, really flawless. When you have mineral products like this with especially shea butter in it, whenever you take your brush, put it on your face and then dip it back into whatever product you're dealing with, it can kind of make the surface kind of hard and crumbly throughout time. And that's because the natural oils from your skin or your moisturizer, or if your brushes are just a bit damp, if you've washed them for example, and then when you dip them into the product, it can kind of cause this hard and crumbly surface, and that will make it really hard for you to get any product onto your brushes. And that's actually the case with all of their organic mineral powders that I'm gonna show you in this video. All of their products are actually really pigmented, so if you experience that you can't really pick up any product onto your brushes, it might be because the surface needs to be kind of fixed up. And the way to do that is by taking a spoolie brush. This is just from an old mascara. I always save these because they're great for both your eyelashes if your mascara is clumpy, or for your eyebrows, also just to deal with any flyaways in your hair. So I always keep these, but you can kind of brush the surface of your organic mineral products, and that will just scrape that hard layer right off so you can get product onto your brushes again. So now that my base is all done, I'm going to continue with my eyebrows. So I'm taking their organic mineral eyeshadow slash eyebrow kit. One of the things that I love with these products is that they're all multi-purpose, so you can really get creative and use them for whatever purpose you like. So like the box refers to, you can both use this, where's my brush? Oh, there it was. So you can both use this palette for eyeshadow, but also for your eyebrows. That looks really nice. And then I'm going to fill in the product at the top first, brush up my eyebrows, and then fill in product at the bottom. And I'm just gonna be making light strokes and not pack on too much product. I'm using the color Dark Stone, by the way, and I'm taking the lightest brown in the palette. So brushing my brows downwards makes it a lot easier for me to define the natural shape of my brow. But I think it kind of depends on what kind of brow you have. My brow hairs tend to grow downward, so that's why this method is easier for me. And then here at the start of the brow, I'm just going to put a tiny bit of product onto the brush and then make strokes upwards, just a tiny bit. So I think that's it for the eyebrows. Now I'm going to continue with my eyes. So I'm gonna go back in with the concealer duo and then just pack some concealer on my eyelid, and then set that with a bit of the lightest color in my eyebrow palette right here. And that's just gonna make a really nice base for my eyeshadow look. It's gonna make the colors more intense, but it's also gonna extend the longevity of the products. And since I'm gonna be wearing this look all day, I want it to last for as long as possible. So now that my eyelids are primed, I'm going to be taking a peach blush. And again, I love that these products are all multi-purpose, so all of the blushes, you can use them on your eyelids and actually on your lips as well. So if you want to make a homemade lip tint, you can just put on a bit of blush onto your lips and then apply a bit of lip balm. That's going to make a really nice and natural lip tint. So I'm going to be taking the same brush that I just used to apply the lightest eyeshadow. So I'm gonna be applying this peach shade all over my lip, except in the middle right here. I'm gonna leave that space bare because I want to apply some highlighter afterwards and I want to make it really intense. So I'm just gonna apply it like this and then leave some room right here. And I'm just making sure to blend it really nice into the crease. So now I'm gonna be taking the darkest blush they have in their collection. This one is called Beige Aura. It's this really pretty kind of red-brown color. I usually use it to contour my cheekbones just a little bit because I'm not much of a contour queen. I just like to kind of enhance my natural cheekbones. So I'm gonna take this and pop that in the outer V right here just to make the look a bit more intense and sexy. And I'm also dragging just a tiny bit of that product into the crease. So moving on to highlighters, they have two very beautiful highlighters. They have this one called Gloaming that I use on a daily basis. It's a bit more natural, but still very glowy. Then they also have this one, which is kind of a bronzer slash highlighter, and it's the most beautiful product I've ever seen. It's called Bronze Apricity, and I'm actually gonna be using this one to pack on the middle of my eyelid where we left that little room bare. I'm gonna be picking up the gold shimmers on a brush and then pack them onto the eyelid. You can also mix a bit of natural oil, just any natural oil that you have, on the back of your hand, and then a bit of the highlighter, either this one or the gloaming one, the more natural one, and that's just gonna make the shimmer a lot more intense. So now that I'm satisfied with the eye look, I'm going to continue with mascara. This one is their Length in Ordinaire, and it just makes my lashes really long. It separates them beautifully in a very natural way. Also, you're gonna see that I'm only applying mascara on the top lashes, and that's just because I think it looks a lot more natural when you leave the bottom lashes bare. So I always do that no matter if it's on a daily basis or if I'm going out. I like to have that very natural look on my eyes, and I feel like whenever I put mascara on my bottom lashes, because they're so long, while that might sound appealing to some people, I find that it just looks a bit too over the top. Next, I'm going to be taking the dark blush again, the same that I used in the crease and here in the outer V of my eyes, and just contour ever so slightly right here underneath my cheekbones. Not a lot, but just a tiny bit to make my cheekbones pop. Then right here on my apples of my cheeks, I'm going to be taking the same peach blush that I also used on my eyes, just to tie everything really beautifully together. And I'm just gonna apply that, like I said, on the apples of my cheeks to make the look really fresh. Finally, I'm gonna finish up the look with a bit of highlighter on my cheekbones, and I'm going to be taking the one called Gloaming, this one right here, and I'm gonna place that right here on my cheekbones and just a tiny bit here at the outer corner of my eyes. And that's something I actually like to do on a regular basis, also on a daily basis, because I feel like this is a natural area where you're actually pretty highlighted and where you can get kind of dewy naturally. So enhancing this area, it's just a really cool effect, I think. So I'm just gonna be taking the same brush that I used for my blushes and then apply that on the desired areas. I'm just going to take a bit of that same highlighter and pop some of that onto my Cupid's bow right here, just to make my lips look a bit plump, and then a tiny bit right here. And then as a very last thing before I'm wrapping up this video, I'm just taking a bit of lip balm. It's just the easy way out. It's just easier to maintain a lip with only lip balm, plus it just looks really plump and healthy. And I think it adds up beautifully to this very glowy look that I've got going on. So let me just remove these. So that's it, guys. That is the final look. I really hope you enjoyed this video and that it was inspiring in any way. Even if you can't get a hold of these products, I really hope that if you have anything similar in your own beauty drawer, that you're able to make something similar to this look. I'm gonna be wearing a vintage pleated skirt on Saturday, one that I bought on ASOS Marketplace. You might remember it from my occasion wear video that I did months back. I actually have another wedding to go to as well in October, and I'll be wearing the same skirt and then just a different top. Like I say in that video, I feel like going for two-piece sets when it comes to occasion wear is just a lot easier because it's more versatile than just a single dress, and you can switch up the tops and then you'll have a completely different look. So I'll be wearing that skirt with a silk top from Everlane and then just a basic pair of heeled sandals. So I'm really excited about that, and I think it's gonna look really beautiful together with this makeup look. Also, don't forget that you can get 15% off of all Miild products on Clarify Me. So if you live in Germany and if you've been dying to try out these products for some time, this is definitely your chance. And as for the rest of you, I hope that Miild will grow and that you'll be able to try out these products yourself. Otherwise, if you're ever in Denmark and if you see them in any drugstore shops, you should definitely check them out and try out the brand, because yeah, I can't recommend them enough actually. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up before you leave if you did, and then I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye guys.